Welcome to Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. We got an awesome show planned for you tonight. Tonight we're gonna be asking the $1,000,000 question. How the hell? How in the hell are you broke? How in the hell are you broke?
Right.
Okay. We're doing a dual showing tonight. Tonight's show is through Change Live, but also airing on my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, because the subject matter kind of covers the scope of both channels. So again, tonight we'll be discussing how the hell are you broke. Before we get started, I want to say what's up to my awesome producer, DJ Lab.
What's up, brothers? Thursday.
Hey, man. Awesome Thursday.
It's going to be a great show.
Yeah, man. As always, got Lab on the ones and twos. And I was told earlier, tell Lab make sure you reading everything right. That's anonymous.
Is it in the reading, or is it in the it's in the typing of the what's being read?
Like I said, man, my dog just had some tough names to pronounce. I said no, but I was told, hey, tell Lab make sure you spelling everything right.
Right. So, well, I'm not spelling it. I'm actually reading as it's sent to me. So
no fun as hell, man.
What they call that Grammarly.
But I went back and looked at the show, so I figured I kind of looked at it like, okay, you can't have these screen names with 25 damn letters in it. I'll also give a big shout out to Slick 316. What's happening, Reed?
That's right.
Tonight again, this is Change Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden, where we talk about personal motivation, personal development, family, parent, and all that great stuff. And also doing a dual streaming with my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, entrepreneurship, investing in business.
What's up, Traveling Man Podcast?
Okay, cool. What's happening, Traveling Man Podcast? Thanks for tuning in. We're streaming on all my platforms. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I said Instagram twice, but yeah. We're on all our platforms right now. I think we're 11 to 12 platforms.
Yeah.
So, everybody getting a good chance to get the word. But what's up, PJ?
Really ain't no reason you can't be watching or listening.
No, absolutely not.
There's no reason.
Make sure you go to Change the Life, hosted by your true Deonte Burden on YouTube. That's the main hub. We have close to almost 400 videos on that channel. So make sure you go there and subscribe. Also go to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Subscribe. Between those two channels, that's almost right at 800 videos, so you guys take advantage of all the great information we got. And again, tonight we're talking about how the hell are you broke. Now, let me get this disclaimer before we get started. What we're talking about more so kind of having that tough conversation in regards to why you constantly stay in this rut financially and what are the reasons that's causing it. Let me get a disclaimer. If you've been sick, fired, any kind of thing that's happened and stuff like that, this is not about talking about you. Now we'll say this too: if you're sick, you're unable, you can't do it. I get it. This is not a conversation for you.
Okay.
But if you're sitting there, you were sick, you've healed, and you're sitting there wallowing. You went through that divorce. You went through that job loss. You went through whatever kind of changes going on and stuff like that. Hey man, let's see what's going on.
Right.
What's happening? You've been doing the same thing over and over and over again, and it just ain't changing. Okay. So again, how the hell are you broke? So that's what we're talking about tonight. Now here's the thing about it. The reason why I want to talk about this is because I'm doing okay in life. Okay, we'll just leave with okay. Okay, with a capital K.
Yeah.
But with that said, I get approached by a lot of people. It's not bad. And I'm gonna say this: people know me. I don't trip. If people ask me for help or whatever like that, I've never been the type of person. It's going to stay between me and you. I got you. I give it to you. You don't pay me back. I don't trip about it. You just can't come back. But I'm not the person to borrow. You borrow from me and I give you this lecture. Cool, and everything. So I understand stuff happen. But with that said, you do have a lot of people on the remix. They're always asking. You're like, hey, man, look.
Right.
Damn, man, I ain't really no damn bank now.
But you doing okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why I get said, well, you good. You good, Poochie. You good, Poochie. That bull. But, again, you hear that a lot. And so it get frustrating. You get tripping. Because I never been narrow-minded to say, well, if I'm doing good, you should be doing good. But you still be out your mind like, hey, bro,
right.
It's about time to turn that corner.
Right. Right.
No, it's been a couple years now. You still trying to do this and do that. And if anybody knows how difficult it is to go through transitions in life, to start businesses up, to do new jobs, do things that may not be traditional, God, I know. But again, anybody that knows me again, I mean, I don't like being down too long.
Right.
Because my money ain't funny. I ain't partying. Ain't going to be no dating. Ain't going to be none of that. I got to get right. Because I ain't, I got to be straight before I, get in all that BS.
Right. And, I agree with that.
So, and again, that's how I roll. But again, when you have these situations, like, look, why are you still in this situation? What's causing it? Now, check this out. I had somebody close to me. They ain't on social media, so ain't gonna really, I don't give a damn anyway. Got a big settlement. Big settlement. And, there was all, I remember, me being a financial person, they were coming to me all the time. Hey, man, look, you going to be my financial advisor. You going to do this, that, and that. I done heard that a million times. So if you come, you don't, wasn't tripping. It was no kind of monetary thing I was getting out of it. Just, talking to somebody close, you just give them advice. Typically what happens is a lot of times when people get money, and they're not necessarily used to money, they, once they get money in their hand, they feel a whole lot more intelligent. People just feel like they become this professor once they get money in their pocket.
I'm not going to even lie. I'll be in social media, and I'll be looking at all these rappers and stuff. I said, when they become such motivational speakers? When has their advice trumped everybody else's advice?
Yeah.
I mean, like, real deal. Like, is it because they have money, or what is the deal? Why does it matter what they think, or how they or how they think, and why do we put so much stock into it?
Well, it's amazing to me how people give financial and business advice because they got money in their pocket, but then ironically, and I don't wish it on nobody, but it's just what happened. 5 or 10 years later, my lawyer stole my money, my accountant stole my money.
Yeah, my contract wasn't right.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But when they're going through the process, I mean, they're geniuses.
Right.
And unfortunately, especially in the black community, we follow people off popularity and not competency. That's why we get a lot of stuff we ain't deserve, because we don't want to get the actual person that's been educated and trained in a certain field. We want whoever the most popular is, who the most fine. And we'll listen to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
You can get you a fine sister in a skirt and have her give you some financial advice. Oh, she's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I seen Waka Flocka give him some financial information.
Right.
I ain't saying the brother don't know what he's talking about, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it real. If you gonna sit there and start investing your money, listen to Waka Flocka, as opposed to going to Charles Schwab, you deserve every damn dollar you lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's coming from, and again, there ain't no knock on him or anything like that. I wish brother well, but you out your damn mind.
Right, but people need to realize if the rapper or the entertainer is giving you financial advice, and you know that they have probably not been trained in such, they're probably getting advice from someone else. You need to find the person he's getting the advice from and see if you can hook up with them to get the same advice or better.
People stay on the surface.
Okay.
People ain't gonna put
they ain't gonna delve deep, huh?
No. If it sounds trendy or whatever, people gonna stick on that. So it ain't gonna be too much further in regards to, how deep they go. And again, we're talking tonight about how the hell are you broke, because so many people, we in this microwave society. So many people want so much stuff, but they don't want to go through the BS of being, getting other things done.
Say hello to Angela Butts and your mama.
Hey, what's going on, people? How y'all doing? And ironically, again, you have no shortage of people that are, no shortage of people out there that will give you opinions about what to do with money. But you have a hard time, getting people to actually get the proper structure on how to do it. I see tons of videos and people, they talk about, infinite banking, different things you can do in real estate, fixing and flipping. I seen a video the other day, guys, several videos. You want to get a loan with your LLC, do this, get trade lines and all this kind of stuff. Show me. Show me. I'm 20-some years in the game.
Right.
20-some years on the game. And I'm going to have a show with different professionals in these industries coming up, guys. So you can hear some of these lenders and some of these mortgage people talk to you guys about, hey, realistic, one unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
And I challenge a lot of these people to put this stuff up. They'll stand up and they'll say you can do this and do that, and people feed off of it. Because I say all the time, if it's that easy to get, be successful and get money like that, everybody be that way.
Right.
But a lot of times we start looking at, now again, born outside of sickness or some kind of tragedy, anything happen to your life, you ain't got to be damn broke. You ain't got to be broke.
Right.
You ain't got to. I do think being broke is a something conscious that you can really consciously ever get out of. You may not necessarily be rich, you may not necessarily be super wealthy, but you ain't got to be damn broke.
Right.
And this is just, I know several people that constantly stay in the same cycle. And that family member that came into that, not family member, let me get it off, I don't want to tell on nobody, but that person that I know that was close to me,
right.
They got that money, 90-something grand. And as soon as they got that money, I think in 8 months, 8-9 months, all of it gone. They got a damn thing to show for it. And people be like, how in the world that happen? It happens all the time.
It happens
because
every day.
People think they got it. And like I said, they get smart. I'm going to do this, I'm going to invest. Or when I hear people say they're going to invest and they don't know shit about investing, oh, Lord. I don't even know what they're finna do, man. You know what I'm saying? They just buy stuff and do things and stuff. And again, we go back to the broke, being broke. That's a mindset. So what you're gonna do things that's not gonna be intelligent or wise, that's gonna eventually get you back where you started from, because you don't really know how to turn this money and do certain things about it.
Right.
People sometimes you have folks that may have been wise in the streets and do things and flip it and put it in the business and do it. Yeah, I've seen that happen. I've seen that happen, but that's not the norm. Most time people try to do things, acquire things to make them feel better, to make it look a certain way. But the key thing is what? People that are wealthy and have a lot, it's not they got a lot because they just lucky. They got like they know how to keep stuff and they know how to make it grow. And I think that's what get lost a lot of times. People think it's easier, like, oh, if I had this money, I better do this, that, and that. No, you wouldn't. Because if you really could have the capacity to do it, you'll be able to get the money first and then be able to do it. We got a lot of dreams when we got no money, what we'll do.
True.
See,
True that. I'm guilty of that.
Lab, you can't learn how to be 1,000 now from 100 now.
Right.
You can't learn how to be 100,000 now from 1,000 now.
Right.
And you damn sure can't learn how to be a millionaire from 100,000 now. It just don't happen like that. How can I give you game on stuff I ain't did? Now we can do the basic, invest this rate and this many years to get to that. But we start talking about the hustling game or doing stuff, getting it, whatever. You learn. I had to I don't want to throw numbers out the bed, but I had to lose a lot of money to learn how to make it back and keep it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I had to lose that. And when you do that, you find out you got two choices. Sit in your feelings, don't do it no more, or, get on top of it. Scared money ain't going to make no money.
Right.
Now, stupid money, how you losing money.
Right.
But you can't really be too, passive if you want to sit here and grow things. And I think a lot of times people get that twisted because they don't necessarily want to accept the responsibility, or they want to, be wealthy or do certain things. And a lot of times you see so many people wanting certain things given to them. Governor just came out with what is it, stimulus thing? He's giving governor of the state of Georgia. He's giving out everybody. They had a surplus from the budget last year. They over budgeted, I think, in regard, I don't know if it was coming from unemployment or whatever. Excuse me for not remembering. But long story short, they're going to give out like somewhat stimulus payments to everybody, like reimbursements rather, because of the overage. So if you're single, you should be getting $250. Head of household, you should be getting $375. And if you're married filing joint, you should get $500. Governor Kemp just signed that into effect on yesterday.
Okay.
And I heard it today. What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Of course.
What the hell is that? Huh? Huh?
Right.
Huh?
It's plain. It's spelled out in plain English, isn't it?
Hey man,
I understood what you said.
Microwave society. I gotta have it all. If I ain't getting what I want, I don't want to hear nothing.
All in fast.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. And we just trying to figure out what that is. what is it that keeps causing people to be broke? I hear so many reasons. You know, like I say again, we're gonna get a disclaimer several more times. I'm not tripping. If we're not picking at nobody that got sick or the job change, whatever this, that, and that. We talking about people. There's a lot of folks out there constantly in the same position. I always say, what you say, like?
I'm gonna go ahead and throw myself under the bus.
What you about to say?
I have a shopping habit.
Yes.
It keeps me broke, and I make good money. But I got this shopping habit that I just can't get away from. It's like Pookie. I'm like Pookie in New Jack City. Just keep calling me.
Well, my brother, you ain't the only person with vices. A lot of people got vices out there.
Right.
And unfortunately, those vices ain't free.
Exactly.
And there ain't nothing wrong with having vices as long as you can cover the vices.
Right.
But when the vices start taking away from the stuff that's growing, that's when we start having a deficit. And the deficit is the things that are going to keep us constantly broke, constantly not growing, okay? So when we getting started, well, before I go further, again, this is Change the Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Tonight's show is, what is it? I'm about to say, how the hell are you broke? We also stream a lot of my other YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar. But again, tonight, how the hell are you broke? First, you want to define what is broke. Okay, so we said that we have a ton of words. We can say it's something mentality that you're lacking or whatever. Right now, we're talking about you ain't got no money financially. And also, you're doing things that, from a mindset standpoint, decision-making standpoint, that's keeping you from getting out of that situation where you don't have anything. And there is a lot of times people are stuck in these ruts, especially, in the African-American community. I wonder a few people, and I have these spirited discussions with a lot of brothers, but I'm very active in the community, going to schools, talking to kids, doing free economic developments in the community and stuff like that, get stuff. Hell, with 100, we had the economic empowerment event, 2 years ago? Wells Fargo, Chase, Bank of America, all these people there at Banneker High School. That was 2018 or 19, ready to feed, at least 300 people, and every bit of 20 people showed up.
That's it.
Run their ass on V103, 104, and everything. People want to sit down and go through that stuff. But, again, they want what they think. Crypto, trucking, PPP, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
SBA, just suddenly you be like, okay, that's some stuff right there. I'm going to flip this, I'm going to do that, you know what I'm saying? And life don't work that way.
Right.
And what happens is they get things they think going to get them rich quick, and it constantly keeps starting over and over and over again. And that person is close to me. Unfortunately, they constantly keep doing the same thing. And I had a hard discussion with them about a week ago, and I said, they were coming up with some ideas of what something they want to do. I said, hey, man, look, and I always try to diffuse
the situation
before I talk to people. That's been one of my gifts, with consulting and talking. I try to diffuse it. I always say, well, look, I ain't trying to downgrade you. Just hear me out. Why don't you do this, that, and that, and that? And I was told specifically, you know what you know, and I know what I know.
Right.
Damn, I got you. But we can't agree what you know hasn't got you no damn well. And what I know is doing this for me.
Right,
so you may want to try to go look at it.
Think about it.
You kind of making you making a point.
Make it make sense.
Come on now. What you know ain't really did that for you now.
Right.
I mean, I do charge $210 an hour to run his mouth now. And I stay booked. So I'm just saying I might know what the hell I'm talking about. Right. But I was definitely told that, man. And a lot of times people don't want to receive that because they have their thought in mind what they want to do. But we know clearly things you got to do to put yourself in a position to do what you want to do. That may be totally unfun, totally uncomfortable, and you just got to make that change. You got to make that sacrifice to do that. But again, we start talking about what is broke. We're concerning tonight's discussion, where I'm not talking about understanding your people and this, that. It's nothing like that. It's more on the surface. Just like, look, you don't have any money. You're doing certain things that constantly keep you from being financially stable, having any kind of financial growth in actual practices and habits that you have that's causing that. And that's what I wanted to focus on tonight in regards to the show. You know, how the hell are you still broke? What are you doing? So I started thinking about a couple of factors with it. And the first thing I started looking at is just mindset. One of the things I heard all the time, you know, just growing up, you can't die with it.
Right.
Can't die. Can't take it with you. Gotta spend it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, you know. I feel like, you can't, you can't take it with you, but hell, you can't live without it.
Right.
And who the hell want to keep starting over?
True.
Who the hell want to go on a damn cruise, take all these trips, and then go home, every damn thing in the house cut off?
Now that's so.
That's reality. That's reality.
Mm-hmm.
And you sitting there like trying to figure it out, trying to do that, man, and you can't never figure it out. And I'm gonna tell you something, Lab. It's a disease that a lot of folks got that it's hard to ever address, and it's called income tax syndrome, income tax refund syndrome.
Right.
You know, a lot of people suffer for that. They live all year long. When I get my income tax check,
It's going down.
oh, when I get my income tax check, I'm gonna buy me a business. I'm gonna do this, man. These folks, I'm gonna run for president. I mean, people got some of the craziest damn objectives and goals when they get a refund.
Right.
And they done messed up and gave folks this damn disaster and PPP loans. Man, people done went ham.
Right.
Just like, look, man, I'm finna do this, I'm finna do that. People like, whoa.
Right.
It inspires so many people and it's cool, but the problem come up is what? You get your income tax refund February, shit. By April, boy.
Right.
All around the world, the same song. Boy,
Right.
back to square one. Back to
Right.
square one. You got you some rims, a sofa, some rims, a sofa. He probably took a cruise.
And he got a little clothes.
Yeah. A couple clothes.
Right.
Yeah. He went to the party a couple weeks. Like, okay, bought you, some little elephant skin suit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just go in there and just made all kind of decisions that got you back at square one in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Like I said, that's that income tax refund syndrome, and people live for it.
Right.
They'll make that one or two purchases, living room set, bedroom set, and not understanding like that's how that stuff
And
goes.
a car. You gotta get a car.
Most time, they'll go put a down payment,
Right.
on the buy here, pay here. Yeah, you know what I'm saying, and it gonna be chitty bang for about, cause them folks they put all their money up front, they get all that stuff, and you ain't doing nothing buying somebody else's worry.
Yeah.
You
got to get that 92 Mercedes with 210,000 miles on.
There you go. Clean.
Clean on the outside.
Clean. That car got AIDS, corona, bronchitis, everything. Man, you started up.
Right.
Why did Mercedes sound like a Harley?
This sound like that when I drove out the lot.
Shit. Hell, it might sound like that going on a lot. Folks just so happy they got a car,
Right.
to go show off. But just that whole syndrome. If I had this and I get this, I'm going to do that. And I go back to what I just said before, that people that have money, people that consistently don't stay broke, they do things to prevent that. You know what I'm saying? Now, the better your discipline, the better your practices will probably determine a lot of times how much more money that you do have. Because one key thing I think a lot of times people get twisted, income and wealth, two whole different things. I think especially in the African American community, we I don't think the vast majority is doing well, but I do think we got a lot of people that's making decent incomes, but they're making 100 and they're spending 150. I mean, they really constantly see, because the more I'm making, the more I'm buying, and they constantly stand behind it. And there's never their one check, hell, half a check. No, probably 2 or 3 hours short of their check from being devastated. You know what I'm saying? And mentality-wise, I'm doing okay because I can acquire more. But being realistic is very dangerous, because there's no difference between a lot of times the person making 100,000 and the person that's making 40, 50,000, because they're both putting out probably 80% of their check into things they probably don't need.
Right.
And a lot of times people don't want to admit that, because I'm making so much money that don't affect me. But you're really in the same situation as the person that makes less than you, because, like I said, them habits and practices. And that's why when you see a person that's quote unquote doing good, got a good job at this particular company, when they lose something, it's probably a little bit more damn devastating on them than the person that makes less money because they've acquired certain things, but the impact on it is hurting them more because they were making so much more money. But like I said, the practice is still the same. But you see them like, man, I'm totally devastated. But man, when he make about 100 and something, you know, at his job, yeah, man. But shoot, they lost everything quick. And I really want people to understand, don't get it twisted. You can be really sitting there because, you know, I'm an accountant, guys. Y'all understand it, from individuals to small, medium, large size corporate entities. I've seen it all. I've seen it all in regards to a lot of times there have been people that, you know, couldn't, you know, they were look sustainable, but it couldn't hang.
Well, I'm not going to let you browbeat me, Poochie. I need all them shoes and all them colors. Sorry. It going to be one color that I ain't got that I'm going to need to wear. So when I shop, I got to get all the colors. Just letting you know.
And I ain't saying nobody's name, and I don't know nothing about
well,
nobody.
I'm throwing myself under the bus.
But we knew, to last point, one of the other key components is lifestyle. And we started looking about living above your means. And I always say this. I ain't finna just sit here and tell people live below their means. Because a lot of times you live below your damn means, you'll be like part of the Clark Howard tribe.
Right.
Walking around with damn sheets and flip-flops. Enjoy your money. Enjoy your job, right? So I'm not telling nobody to do that. But be realistic about the actual income that you're generating and what you can and can't do. Straight up. I'm not ever going to tell nobody not to enjoy their money, not to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I'm never going to tell nobody that. But you got to be realistic. Certain things, again, you might have certain interests. Certain things that, you know, move. Like Lab said, he needs retail therapy.
Right.
I get it. But at the end of the day, what we talk about a lot of times, finances, the cost of carry.
Right.
The cost of carry is something else, and you got to be realistic about the things that you're acquiring. Is the cost of carry too much? You know, and a lot of times people don't necessarily want to, admit that.
Right. And I'm all I'm trying to do is give you a perspective from somebody who's guilty of. And when you say the cost of carry is the cost of carry too much, from my perspective as the person who's guilty, it's never too much when you buying it. It becomes too much after it's purchased. That's the problem. Me, I'm guilty. When I'm sitting there and the online shopping has got me. When I'm sitting there and I'm shopping, if the weight of it or the consequences of purchasing said items,
Gotcha.
It's never a problem when I purchase it because I always need it.
Gotcha.
The problem becomes once it's purchased and they get here and I still got those other 12 bills that behind it that I ain't touched yet. That becomes an issue.
My man staying in the danger zone. Well, look, anybody, whatever platform you're looking at right now, put in the comments now, guys. Give me some of the things that you feel, some of the habits you made that you've been guilty of that may be causing a hindrance in your development. Or maybe, you know, you say I ain't broke, but if you feel like, okay, if you got some habits, you got some things that you do that may be causing an issue with your development financially, put them in the comments so we can see some of these. I want to hear, you know, I just want to get some feedback from you guys in regard to some of the things that you may be doing that you feel like may be keeping you broke, that may be keeping you hindered or whatever, okay? Another thing we talk about is just focus. What I mean by focus is kind of like going that little family discipline. That a lot of times people have what they want to do, have the right idea. Poochie, look, I'm finna, you know, me and Lab sat down, he said, Poochie, look, this is what I'm finna do. I've already got this plan, this budget of what I'm gonna be able to do and everything, and I'm gonna allocate this money to the side, I'm gonna pay this credit card off and do this. I hear this all the time, guys. And the first sale that Gucci has on, Pooch, check me out. Check me out, Pooch. Lab do a whole 360. Huh? No, you ain't seen this. You ain't seen this?
You
No.
ain't got these.
No, Poochie. Hey, don't touch it. No, don't. Hey. What about the budget? Nah, damn that budget, man. You ain't seen this. Huh? All the ideas in the world. But we talk about that thing called focus.
Right.
We get off track. That first sale. Oh man.
Hold on.
Man. Can't.
I could put $400 less to that and still make it happen.
Hey. And it totally sidetracks the whole plan that you had. Being able to sit down and say, okay, this is what I want. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm trying to accomplish, and not sticking to it. Because
Shannon Turner say buying cars.
Buying cars, oh Lord. Yeah, I can see it. Just soon see something. Oh man,
Right.
they got a plan. You know, we'll take care of the plan. We'll start like a lot of times people do with dieting. I'm gonna start over again next month.
Right.
And then next month. And then next month. Like damn, well I do it next year.
I'm gonna start. That's gonna be my New Year's
Yeah.
resolution.
3 years running.
To do that in 2023.
Yeah.
And then by February, I'm gonna do it 2024.
There you go.
2023 is already messed up.
Hey man, and how many times have we all done that?
Right.
Well, we got this actual plan, and it's maybe a good plan,
Right.
but just the least thing done threw us off track. Like we like, man, and that off track is so impactful. It'll take us so long to get back on track.
That's
to
true.
do it, because not only did we kind of throw our budget off, we may have put ourselves in a deficit, but we got to crawl out of it, then get back on top of it or whatever. You know, we want to pay down debt. Now we done went halfway with the card paying it down. Now the damn thing maxed back out.
Right.
I couldn't turn it down. I had to get those red bottoms. Huh?
Oh, you hear me so hard in my heart.
Hey man. And you got.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, man.
No, I'm just messing.
You know, and that goes to the just them bad habits.
Right.
You know, just impulsive spending.
Uh-huh.
Impulsive spending. I see it, I want it, got to do it, and I figure it out. And those things that really get you, because, like you just said, I get it, we'll figure it out later.
Right. For us impulsive spenders, it makes us feel better, Pooch. It's such a hard life out here. Things are so hard. We buy something, it makes us feel better. It's like a shower. It makes you feel
better.
so much better.
Make it feel better.
Until
Okay.
later on.
just see it and do it.
Right.
And again, like you sit there and say, okay, we'll take care of that later.
Mhm.
I cross that bridge when I get there. That's one of my old sayings.
Mm.
Hey, man, we'll do it. But again, we constantly keep ourselves in the same situation.
Right.
We're going to stay broke. We're going to constantly be that way and everything. The problem comes up is the protection thing for us is what? The aesthetic side.
Mm.
I know I ain't got no damn money,
Mm.
but I look so good.
That smells
So
bad.
people will never question it.
Right.
Like, okay, man, I see you shining. I see you doing this, that, and that. And then what happens is, if you have any kind of turmoil or tragedy, catastrophe in your life, everybody, what the hell going on, man? I thought they was, doing this and that.
Mhm.
And now you can't say it because you trying to, you done went where you couldn't handle it. Now you trying to get help from people. And people kind of pause and like, what the hell going on?
Right.
And like I said, these people stay in these cycles all the time. If you don't stay broke, it'll be hard to get out of it. And again, the mask is your appearance.
Mm.
You got the clothes, you got the cars, you got this, that, and that.
Mhm.
But you barely putting down gas in. Oh man, there's some people out here pissing in the bed. What? $4 a gallon?
Right.
That foreign car ain't went nowhere.
Well, I don't have that problem. I got a verse.
I got you. I got you.
I was gonna buy a new truck, and then I was like, Jesus kept saying, "Not yet, not yet, not yet."
Listen,
And that gas went up. I said, "Thank you, Lord.
Man.
Thank you, Lord."
What's
It
it?
don't cost nothing but $27 to fill up a verse.
Yeah. Let me see some of these comments. I got my sister a little bit chiming in saying shopping. What's this?
I'm giving you that.
What is it? Coco Kid Mom procrastinating shopping. Anybody else in here? See anybody else got any things in? I don't see nothing for TikTok. Anybody putting in anything?
Not right now. A lot of us are not gonna admit
Yeah, but that's
our vices.
But keep it. I want everybody to understand. We're gonna talk about the things that cause, but I'm also gonna give you guys some solutions
Uh-huh.
on how to correct it. So again, y'all know me. I ain't just gonna be throwing out all kinds of stuff to people. I'm also give you some best practices and strategies to help you to kind of correct it. Another big thing is people just not having no goals, and you're pretty much living in the moment. No vision for the future.
Right.
You know, just like, okay, cool. They're so focused on short term. You know, like, okay, I need a raise. Now I understand it though. Now I'm thinking about if I get this raise, they give me a 5, 10, 20% raise. What am I going to be able to do with this increase in income?
Right.
What am I going to be able to do with it? You know, if one of my kids graduate, you know, it's another less mouth to feed. We got a whole new different rates on certain things may have went down. How to reallocate funds because you don't have to worry about those certain things no more. People just don't give it that. You know, don't have any plans, no kind of ideas of what they can do to kind of help themselves with that. And that's a lot of folks. That's a lot of folks. You know, a lot of times we do ask for things that we want, but really don't have a plan on what we're going to do when it happens. You know, we focus a lot on those particular outcomes, but we don't really get too much thought into the effect they're going to have. You know? Right. And that's the thing that with poor planning or no planning will do. You'll be in a situation where you cool, but you'll see yourself in the same rut. Because again, as your income increase, your things increase.
Right.
And them things just get higher and higher.
I need
you
two
know?
pair of shoes the same color.
You know?
Right.
Your car, you know, your decision for cars, your decision for housing, all that stuff increases in, you know, relation to the income.
Right.
No kind of planning. Not saying, okay, now my income increase, I'm still gonna live like this. I'm gonna do this and do that, save, acquire this, that, and that. And we still staying like this. But no, those expenses and other junk just go in relation to that income. That comes from poor or no planning.
Okay.
Again, you want a particular outcome, but again, the effect once the outcome is made, there's nothing done with that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
I get what you're saying.
You know, and
instead of a lot of time we look at making more money or having another job as a way of covering the things we buy.
Yeah.
So like if we buy 10 pair of shoes and you just want to fill in that blank. You're not really thinking about, well, let me adjust some things so this extra income could be for savings or if something goes down or something like that. A lot of us don't think that way.
No.
We're always just trying to fill in the gap.
No. Now I can get this. Now I can upgrade my car.
Right.
I say again, I ain't never finna tell nobody not to enjoy their money. But I will tell you, a lot of times what comes with more money is more stress, more headaches. Because the more you make, a lot of times you start getting stuff that gonna give just a big enough headache to come along with it.
Alton Lagarde said taking trips overseas.
I hear y'all. International playoff. Boy.
That's his vibe.
Yeah. Hey, damn, Alt.
Right.
Man, you know what? I just got, hey, shout out to me. Just got my passport in the mail on Tuesday.
Oh. That's the show you got to talk about.
Hold on, lad. And they spelled my damn name wrong.
See, I'm thinking that if you were in the military, you already have a passport.
Well, when you have your military ID, you don't. So I was able to travel abroad with a military ID. Once that stopped, I don't have it no more.
Oh, I thought they automatically gave y'all passports because y'all was in the military. Y'all do go overseas.
No, you can do that with your military ID.
Oh, okay.
Once that ceases now. But yeah, I got it, man. They done spelled chutney wrong. So I gotta
send it back.
Send it back. I gotta take a new picture, and fill out another form and mail it back to them. But the cool thing about it, Lab, hell, it was actually really 6 weeks.
Oh, really?
From the time of the process, you know, people like saying it's 4 or 5 months they were backed up. No, it was pretty, you know. So I gotta redo it, send it in, let them fix it, and you know we'll go from there. Okay. I'll take care of that next week. But yeah, man, I was just excited, man. Like, yeah, man, go to the DR, go to Costa Rica, you know what I'm saying? See some grass skirts, you know what I'm saying? I'm all hyped. Man, I started looking at it. Chutney, wrong one. I'll be damn. But you know, again, those vices can bite us.
Okay.
You know, I'm all about living. I'm all about having good memories. But at what cost is to have that memory, and then you turn around, now you don't put a mountain of stress on yourself to have it.
Right.
Now you back on reality. Oh Lord, the sink dripping, the lights off. You know, you ain't gonna have cable for 2 or 3 months because you gotta get everything together. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Cell phone cut off, and you can't even really look at the pictures
Mm-hmm.
that you save. You know what I'm saying? Because everything off.
Just gotta
And
close your eyes and go back to being overseas.
You can't even call that girl. You can't even talk to that girl you met over there.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know.
When you finally do talk to her, you gotta tell her I was on the business trip.
Yeah, man. Why your phone saying boo boo boo?
Right. I had lost
There ain't
it.
no damn trip.
I had lost it.
Boo boo boo.
I had to get it cut off.
Boy, all you old players, y'all know that sound. I thought she liked me.
Right.
Man, we were vibing.
Right.
Yeah.
I might move
Oh,
again.
yeah. Boop boop. But yeah, again, man, those kind of things they kind of I think hinder us and hold us back a lot when we start talking about being okay financially and stuff. You know, again, we're talking about how the hell are you still broke. But again, that disclaimer, we're not talking about anybody that's encountered any kind of turmoil, catastrophe, anything like that. You got sick or anything. We're talking about you doing certain things, certain practices that constantly keep you that way. All right, with the mindset, the focus, bad habits, no goals. Those particular things a lot of times do keep you in that way. Living lifestyle choices and things like that.
Right.
They can constantly keep you that way.
That's true.
You know. And with that said, guys, you know, and I'm gonna say this too. Way I look at it in regards to we start talking about debt acquisitions and stuff like that, I always tell people that when you're trying to grow things, you know, especially from a financial standpoint, it's cool. You want to sit here, you want to get nice furniture, you want to get certain things, but typically, if you're actually trying to grow financially, we use debt to make more money. So you start talking, it's cool, like I say, get your furniture, you want to pay it at a certain rate and things like that, but you still look at it in terms of, I'm actually using this money to purchase this thing that's going to make me more money. And once you start getting those kind of things in place, in addition to your job income, that's when you kind of start setting yourself on a path to seeing your money doing this. And also in the same relation, you start, you know, doing best practices, paying off debt and things like that. So your debt going down, you're not owing anybody. You're purchasing certain things. Even if you purchase something on credit and it's making money for you, that difference or that return, ROI, what we call it, is actually greater than the rate. So you're actually seeing everything decrease and going in the right direction. That's when you start seeing things going a different path. And this is all in addition to you taking you a trip, going out to eat, you know, in moderation. And as you see, the bad stuff in your life, your debt and all this other kind of stuff, you know, decrease, and see your money in your bank grow a little bit, you can be a little bit more active. But again, when you're trying to grow it, that's going to be difficult. And when we don't want to sit here and try to put those plans in action, that's why we constantly stay broke.
Okay.
That's why we constantly start keeping ourselves in a situation where we can't get on top of it. Because people think, again, you know, if I start this business, I do certain things, I'm not going to be, you know, broke anymore. It's not. You're not broke. Most times, not. It had nothing to do with income. It has everything to do with your habits. You know, that's people that financially, you know, stable and doing okay, making 30, 40 grand a year. You know, again, now I'm not saying they're not doing a lot of stuff or whatever. And again, I'm not finna get in that conversation with anybody telling nobody not to enjoy life, not to go out here and, you know, make your money or whatever. I'm not gonna and spend your money. I'm not gonna tell you that.
Right.
But I am gonna tell you, like, you gotta be realistic. What you pulling in and what you pulling out. You know, what's gonna happen? You know, a positive plus a bigger negative, it's still gonna leave a negative.
Right.
You know, I don't know what math y'all took in school, but that's always gonna be the same in life.
Right.
If you put out more than you're taking in, you're gonna constantly have yourself in a deficit.
That's
So
true.
you got to be realistic about that, guys. And again, tonight we're talking about how the hell are you broke. Many a time it's gonna come to the choice we make. You about to say something like that?
I am. As a person who sometimes make bad choices,
Okay.
I'm going to say, when it comes to spending money, I'm going to say we also have to address the rising cost of living. Now, we say, oh, gas is $4, but that does actually affect the bottom line. That affects the bottom line for a person who is focused, who are doing the right things. It still affects their bottom line because you got to realize that if the gas was $2 and now it's $4.50, that has doubled the price it costs for you to go to the store, the price it costs you to go to, because everything is a trickle down effect. The gas gonna go up, so automatically everything beneath that, which has costs gas, trucking, like we say trucking, the getting the stuff to the store, all that stuff is gonna eventually go up. So the rise in things that you normally would purchase with that money, doing the right things, is gonna go up. So that's gonna affect your bottom line too.
Yeah, but that's a good point, Lab. But for the most part, you gotta be realistic. See, we can't control gas prices.
Mm-hmm.
We can't control, those things that go up in relation to gas prices, the grocery bills, the actual, I'm getting my housework done, the stuff, the delivery costs and everything with those costs. We can't control those.
But it does affect our bottom line in general.
Yeah, again, that does affect our bottom line. Right. But that ain't gonna keep us broke.
Okay.
I'm just saying that
we're gonna walk the tightrope.
Well, again, majority of the time, honestly, Lab, a lot of things are. We got to go. Everything you gonna do. Not you do. I apologize. Anything that you do that has a cost that you can control, you usually gotta go through some kind of rough adjustment.
Mm-hmm.
I remember in my big '78 Cadillac Coupe de Ville in 99, 2000, back when Super Unleaded was under $1.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it was $10 fill that big baby boy up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
$10.
Mm-hmm.
And overnight, we started 9/11 happened, and then they started bombing with Iraq and Afghan.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, $2, $3, $4.
Mm-hmm.
Now everybody trying to get in the Corolla. What is it like 01, 02, when all that stuff, when that stuff shifted?
Uh-huh.
And again, you got to go through a hard adjustment.
Right.
But it's not going to be what's keeping you broke. You're going to go through some kind of adjustment period. You're right. It does affect your bottom line. Mm-hmm. But most of the time, what keeps you broke is decisions. Mm. It's decisions. Things that you make decisions on. And see, here's the deal, Lab. A lot of times, if you see yourself going on a path where, this is what I'm making and this is what I'm doing, and look, and I've hit my ceiling, and no matter what, you got to make some decisions because you may be out of work for a while, uncomfortable, very uncomfortable for a minute, or whatever. You might got to go to school, you might got to get a trade, you might got to move, you might got to do something, but at the end of the day, if you at a certain point, you don't have a education, certain skill set, and certain opportunities just ain't there for you, damn, what you gonna do? Just wave the white flag?
Right.
You gonna have to make some kind of tough decision, period. Because, there are a lot of people that are capped out. If you know you capped out, you're not gonna make no more money. But inflation's gonna rise, cost of living's gonna rise. But you right there where you gonna be at. What you gonna do?
Right.
Huh? All right, lad, don't give me that look. Come on, now, give me a solution.
Oh, I'm gonna keep going.
But you gotta make some kind
of. I'm gonna make some sacrifices in something. I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to make sure that I can keep going as best as possible. I'm gonna give my best effort.
That's all you can do.
I do my best effort, But at the same time, we do have to. I just wanted to make sure that we do address those points that inflation and rise of gas and things like that does affect everybody's bottom line. The person that's doing well, that's doing the right things and is focused, and the person that may be a little sketchy like me, it affects the bottom line just as bad.
What we going through? We got rising gas costs. We got astronomical rent rates. We have gas prices, rent rates, shortage. Astronomical prices on car purchases. Everything is uncomfortable. And at some point, you got to say, I got to make an adjustment. See, one thing, awareness is just awareness. Adjustments and changes, you just got to make that. Or it's sink or swim.
Mikhail Pitchford said kids.
Kids.
Pitchford. Sorry, if that's, I didn't get the last name right.
What's up, Cocal?
Yeah.
You just don't know the impact of a lot of them things. With, like I said, with children, with rent, with fuel, you don't know.
Right.
And you just got to make some kind of hard adjustment in your lifestyle. But you also got to say to yourself, Shoot, look, I know what capacity that I can make. Case in point, I heard a lot of times people will talk about, just say a couple, a family, and you say, okay, look, nobody take this personal, but just kind of try to do your little inside mail.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally, what you hear a lot of ladies say, I want this man to take care of me. I ain't got to do this and take care of my family, blah, 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 blah. Right? Sound
right.
good. Now, you know you with this man that's making 40,000 a year, 50,000, we're going to say 50, all right? And you know his best day, that's what he can make, right? You understand, you have to understand, be realistic. From a capacity standpoint, that's what he can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what he can be able to kick out for mortgage, for rent, grocery, this, that, and that, right? So you say, look, he say make the decision, look, I want to take care of you, take care of the kids, you ain't going to pay this, that, and that, right?
Mm-hmm. So
he gets a job doing something else. Now that job may require him to be gone all the time. Now that's another complaint. I want him here, I want him there.
Right.
You got to be realistic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Look, you might have to do something because at the end of the day, you know, unless they dang, it's on the jobs, you know, you have, when you start talking, they can making 6 figures, high 6 figures, and they home a lot, you know, probably some corporate job,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or some kind of thing, attorney or something like that. Anything else where you can make that money, and they're out there. Say if you're driving,
Mm-hmm.
say if you're doing any kind of working at the ports, fishermen or whatever, they're probably gonna be gone for a minute
Mm-hmm.
to make that kind of money. They can make it. So now you gotta sit here and be, you know, that devil's advocate. What you want, the man making a lot of money, you want him gone, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I think a lot of times people want to get a kind of thought to that. They
Right.
just want that outcome, but don't want to think about the things that got to go into making that outcome. Because that's why I say again, we got to be realistic about the things that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They got us in there. We can't control the inflation. We can't control the economy.
Right.
We can't control the things that change with it. But we just got to make adjustments
Right.
with that. A lot of times they're uncomfortable adjustments. And for the most part, we all survivors.
Right.
We go through it. We'll make our changes, and you let everything kind of level off. Pay increases, lifestyles adjust, and whatever, and we come around. But initially, when they happen, they usually very uncomfortable and everything. But you know, it's nothing to sit there and just stop over.
Right.
But what I do want to give everybody, again, tonight show we're talking about how the hell are you broke. I want to give you guys some corrective measures to kind of combat a lot of that. One of the first things, anybody got any comments?
Not yet.
One of the first things is, guys, if you know that you got bad habits, bad practices that are keeping you broke, keep money out of your pocket. We got to do that. What we all talk about, that personal self-assessment. You got to sit here and look at the man in the mirror, the lady in the mirror, and say, what the hell am I doing wrong? And again, if you got to pull out some Kleenex and play some Mary J.
But they gonna do like me though, Pooch. They gonna look at the mirror and say,
Yeah.
I still need them shoes.
Yeah. But Lab, you know, here's the deal. Like
Right.
I tell all the kids that I coach, until we admit what the problem is, problem, we can't fix it.
Right.
Until we say I got this spending habit, until we say I don't plan, until we say I live above my means, until we admit it, there's no way to fix it. So you're always going to be kind of navigating around BS until you stop and just do that assessment.
Uh-huh.
And you got to look at the how and the why you in that situation.
But do you think that even though you may know the problem, you still have to be ready to fix it? You got to be. I mean, I may know the problem, but I have to be ready to fix it. I always give yourself an excuse as to.
I mean,
You get what I'm saying?
but nothing to change if you don't fix it.
Okay, but I'm saying you self-assessed.
Yeah.
You know the issue,
But
you also got to be ready to. You got to be ready to fix that issue.
Yeah.
I mean, you can self-assess. All right, and I'm not trying to, I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm trying to be that person that you're talking to. You can self-assess all you want, but if I'm not ready to fix it,
well, to that point, I think you're absolutely right. A lot of people know what's wrong. With
exactly.
them. But we're doing is another thing. But that's the thing about it. But I'm going to help you out. What are the key things to help you do that? One important thing is do what we talk about, that goal setting. Check out that video I got on goal setting on Mr. Short Dollar. I think it should be on Changing Lives too. But I know Mr. Short Dollar got a lot of set goals in 2022, 2021, 2020. Those key things with goals, make sure that they're realistic goals. They can be attainable, and you can put them on some kind of realistic time frame to get it done.
Okay.
So it's one thing to address it and be aware this is the problem. Let me set a formal plan in place. Again, check out that video I got on how to set goals. It's on Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. And that's an annual video I do every year. They got to be realistic. You got to be able to set them on a time frame to be able to get them straight. Because like your point, if you're aware of, you got to be ready to fix it. But that's how you fix it.
Okay.
Let's set some plans together. Not say I'm gonna pay off all my debt. Okay, look, I'm gonna take care of that Sears bill. That Sears bill is $6,000, and if I pay $500 a month over a 12-year span, I can knock it out. That's a realistic plan over a certain time frame, right? And those kind of ways you gotta sit there and kind of navigate how you want to do certain things. Just say, I'm gonna pay it off. I'm gonna do this and I do that. And people don't do that and set plans or put certain numbers out there because why? That keeps them from being unaccountable.
Right.
See, we don't want to put numbers. See, numbers is everything.
Right.
Like I just gave the whole thing about the example with the income and stuff like that. It's easy to say, I need this man to take care of me. But you don't want to put the money out. He doesn't make enough money to take care of you.
Right.
He has the interest in taking care of you.
Right.
He can't pay rent, grocery with the income he makes.
Right.
He had capacity. They're not knocking him, but you can't have unrealistic goals, and you know it's not attainable.
Right.
You got to be able to make a certain amount of money to do certain things.
That's true.
And so you just sitting there wishing upon a star and throwing out crazy stuff, it just ain't going to happen. You know, so I think numbers are everything. Everybody knows me. I'm going to have a good video. I'm going to do a live feed. Try to do it tomorrow in regards to numbers. But people don't want to deal with numbers, man, because numbers are what keep you accountable. Those are kind of things like, no, I got to get 20,000, I got to get 30,000, whatever. We're not just hoping I pay it off. You know it. And like I said, when you're able to do that, those are the kind of things you say, all right, now we're on the right track. Now we can go back and look at everything. The next thing is make sure you got a solid plan. Take your time. Like I said, $6,000, $500 a month over a year. Realistic plan, it's attainable, and we got over a certain time period, right? Last thing is make sure you got some kind of checking mechanisms to do it. Make sure you got some kind of tracking mechanisms, evaluation tools, doing over certain periods. That means looking over, each month, each quarter, at the end of the year, like, did we pay the $500 for 3 consecutive months? Did we do it for half a year? Are we going toward that particular goal? We going back checking it. We looking at it. We already got some kind of spreadsheet to make sure our debt to income is decreasing and all that kind of stuff. We're doing certain things. We're making sure we're putting a certain amount of money into this particular investment each month. It's growing. We're tracking it. We're evaluating it. We're doing this, that, and that. And we see, okay, as our money is increasing from our income, our debt is increasing in relation. Our welfare is too. Not we just sitting here like, man, if I get this, I get that.
Right.
And we'll never, ever, ever get on top. So we start asking, how the hell are you broke? I think that's a fair question. Again, people, you got to stop for a second. Like, look, want to check yourself. Look at that man in the mirror, that lady in the mirror, and what the hell you ain't doing.
Right.
You know? At some point in time, we can sit here and say that. And again, I understand things happen. You know, your boy went through a whole divorce. I lost a lot of change, but I got it back.
Right.
Because, again, these same principles I'm sharing, I ain't just talking this stuff. I done used it, I did it, I live by it. You know what I'm saying? These same things. If I do this, I gave up this, I lost this, but if I do this and do that over this period of time, I'll be back here. And probably then some. But you got to stick to it. Not playing it, not looking at your numbers. In your mind, you know, it's just where you don't have to, it's just something that you can't put a blame on yourself, but it really keeps you unaccountable.
Okay.
Okay? Get you some people in place, support group, Facebook groups, mentors or whatever, to help you stay on track while you trying to get everything together. Okay? Not nobody that's gonna probably like, man, gonna do this, gonna do that and everything. Right? We all grown, we all got minds for ourselves, but we gotta make sure we got some kind of support mechanisms in place to help us stay on track, to keep that focus, right? You gotta make sure you have all that kind of stuff. Now listen, again, tonight was, we discussed how the hell are you broke. Had a great show, man. I felt pretty good about it. I'm going to open the floor up. Anybody got any questions for anything outside of tonight's show we want to cover?
Not yet, but we'll wait a minute. We'll give him a second.
Okay, cool.
I wish I had that Jeopardy music. Give y'all some time. Not forever, not ever, but sometime. Chime in with your question. I'm gonna look over here and see.
See, a lot of time, man, I think we want the most, but we want to do the least to get it.
Oh,
And
that's not sometimes. That's all the time.
when we have a show entitled, like we said, "Why the hell are you broke?" People can look at it like, "Why they talking about this and everything?" And people go through stuff. I agree, I agree. But like I said again, this ain't that show for them. It's for the habitual procrastinator.
Right.
It's for the habitual broke person. Like, dang, man, look, man, why over and over? And every time they get an opportunity to improve themselves, they do something bad, something impulsive, something irregular, something unfocused that keep them in the same situation. And at the end of the day, like I told you, that person close to me told me, I know what I know, you know what you know.
Right.
But at the end, I think it's fair to assume what you know really ain't help you.
Right.
You know, if you, huh?
Well, yeah. I know I need them shoes, though. I know that much I do know.
Yeah, we're gonna start it down GoFundMe. We ain't taking no money. We just taking shoes for lab.
Hey, yeah.
We ain't taking no more.
Yeah, we no money. I'll take shoes, but hey, they gotta look decent. And they got to be new. I don't like the old, because some of y'all might have athlete foot. So I need some decent shoes. You know what I'm saying? And I got a small foot. It ain't no size 8. You know what I'm saying?
I'm in 9.5. You know, they don't order them, a couple of them.
Right. Nobody has any questions.
We gotta get out quick. But look, man, we had a great show tonight, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Again, we stream live on this was Off Change Live, hosted by your true Deonte Burden. We also stream live on Mr. Short Dog. Tonight we talked about how the hell are you still broke. We was on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Facebook. But from the bottom of my heart, guys, I want to tell everybody thanks. I really appreciate it. Oh, somebody got a question. Mr. Short Dog, I have a question. Okay, cool. What's your question? And please forgive me, I cannot say pronounce the screen name. In a box. This is coming from TikTok. What's your question? What can I find new grants for? Let me see if there's another part of the question. A new freight business. Okay. The question is, it's come from TikTok. What can I find new grants for a new freight business? Okay. Let's go theoretically what grants are for. Grants are created to solve problems, right? So when we say a grant is created to solve a problem, you typically don't necessarily find grants for a freight business. You might find grants for black females starting a business, people coming out of incarceration want to get started a business, lower income communities, you know, a person want to start a business, disabled veteran. That's typically what grants will be created for. What happens a lot of times is that you may have some things from each particular state, or you know, even some companies where that may deal in trucking or freight. Maybe fuel companies, auto part companies may give out certain grants. But you typically won't find a grant specifically for a freight business. You have to find a grant for a certain situation. With that said, you have to be able to craft your application to fit the particular grant that's awarded, right?
And each grant is different.
Exactly. And each grant may have different deliverables where we say, you know, just say if it's a grant for service in the community. So, you know, again, just say if it's for service in the community, the thought process can be, we're getting this grant, we're a freight company, and what we're going to do is, they may ask for that you're, you know, impacting the community in a positive way. You may say, look, I got this particular grant for my freight business, and I'm taking 10 kids out of the community and showing them the different parts of a truck on a weekly basis. Or taking a kid on a drive, you know, I won't say cross country, but just say interstate, locally, whatever, and that's how you're doing it. But the grants are created to solve a problem. So focus less on the business, focus more on delivering what the grant is asking for. And always remember, guys, with grants, we got over 150 grants on Mr. Short Dollar YouTube channel, but always start from the inside out. What I mean by that is start at the city and county level, the local level, they have a lot of grants for small businesses. They have a lot of federal funding that they don't advertise. So go into your local economic development. It's typically the place where you got your business license at. And
foundations.
Yeah, exactly. Different
individual foundations.
Yeah, and they'll have it. You know, you can go to grants.gov again, but theoretically, we start going into those particular grants. The ones that Mr. Short Dollar pretty much easy to apply. You don't need a grant writer, right? Mm-hmm. You might can go on Fiverr and get you somebody to kind of help you do a little descriptive writing. But you start going on grants.gov, some other grants like that, it may require you a grant writer. So you may have to pay somebody anywhere from $300 to $700. If you know you don't have a skill with writing or responding to certain things, go on and pay that money to somebody, let them take care of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't be so hesitant. You didn't say that, but don't be so hesitant not to spend $300 to $700 to get $50,000. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the game, right? So again, just kind of keep that in mind. Not the business, more so you're looking to produce a story. You ain't lying, but you got to craft that. Because again, if you're, whatever the grant is requiring you to do, you just got to make sure that you're crafting your application to do it. So you're going to have to do what they're asking you to do. It ain't going to take you $50,000 to impact some youth on the trucking business, right?
Or delivering, perishables or food to food deserts. We got a lot of those things now.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We don't know what grants are out there, but you just got to be able to craft your application to where it works for you. If that makes sense. I hope I ain't got a response late. Did that answer your question? Did that help you? Please let me know if that helped you with that. Has anybody else got a question later?
No, I don't see any other questions.
I know. We got one right when we were walking out the door on last week. I ain't got a response. Trying to see if we're going to have a response, if that helped with anything. Okay, cool. I say yes. Okay. You're welcome. I appreciate you tuning in too. I really appreciate everybody tuning in. Guys, remember, if you whatever platform you follow us on right now, if it's Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, make sure you go to the YouTube channel, Mr. Short Dollar, and Change Your Life, hosted by yours truly, Deonte Burden. Subscribe to the channels. Hit the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video. Got a lot of different grant opportunities going on right now. Do you mentor at all? Yeah, we have. I do mentors. I do a lot of mentors with youth, but as far as you'll see on the YouTube channel. The question was, do I mentor at all? I do consulting. Right now this is my heavy season dealing with tax season. I'm an accountant by profession, but I do consulting sessions all the time with different clients. If you need multiple sessions, I work out a deal. But all that information, if you're looking at us on YouTube, the YouTube channel, and also Facebook in the description section of each video, you'll see all the links to book an appointment and everything, all the contact info. So I was going to steer people back to the YouTube channel. That's, like I said, almost 400 videos on both channels, Change Your Lives and Mr. Short Dollar. But all the actual contact information and everything for all the different social media platforms is in there. You can look up, go to my business is Majestic Business Services. The website for Majestic Business Services is www.majesticbiz.com. That's majesticbiz.com. You can go to the group there. I watch you on YouTube and have you on Facebook. Okay, awesome. So if you see that, look at the description section, and you'll see all the contact information, the phone number to the office, all the websites. Everything is there. I make sure that all the videos we have on those two platforms, because you can't do it on TikTok and you can't do it on Instagram. But all the contact information is there. So please check it out. Now, I appreciate you. Anybody else got any questions?
No one else.
Okay.
No one else at this time.
Everybody else scared. That's what it is. Man, we had an awesome show, Lamb.
That's right.
For the one admit why they broke. I tell you, my Ed White tried to take it all. She tried to take it all there.
Right.
She got you married to Mr. Short Dollar.
Right. You know where them dollars at.
Yeah. You may be short, but you ain't take out my dollars.
Right.
No, I probably get a little nasty text. You, Get one of them texts. I still can knock. I got
Right.
Oh, man, I can laugh about it now, boy. Boy. But listen, everybody, I really appreciate all y'all tuning in tonight. We had an awesome show. I love the interaction and everything like that. We'll be back with Mr. Short Dollar next week. Check it out. I got on Mr. Short Dollar in particular. We have we just released a grant on Monday. I think we got another one coming out on tomorrow. We got a lot of great information coming out of pipe. I think I got like 4 or 5 grants coming out that I'm introducing in April. So make sure you be on the lookout for all that. Go subscribe to the channel. Please share the channel with as many people you know. Like, look, this is a little short bald head man. Get this information this brother giving. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Help me, help you, help everybody else in America, okay? I love you guys. I want you guys to be safe. Keep tuning in. Keep following your dreams. Keep staying focused. Stay on your budgets. And whatever you do, don't be broke, okay? Y'all take it easy. I'll talk to you soon.